Hi, welcome. My name is Nicole, and today I wanted to come and talk a little bit about something that I think is very necessary, and it touches on the nature of God. I know a lot of Christians, a lot of believers don't really understand the nature of God. They don't understand why He do what He do, why they just don't understand him. And so I wanted to touch on the topic more specifically of his love, the love that God has for us and how he loves us. And hopefully this will bless someone that needs to hear this today, because I know so many of us, I've heard people say that God don't love me, because if he loved me, why would he allow me to go through this? If he loved me, why would he this, or why would he that? And I realize that people don't understand, or they don't know the nature of God's love for us. They don't understand how deep his love is for us. And I just wanted to come and maybe help to you know get you to see it from a a biblical perspective, or yeah, a biblical perspective, because I think that when we once we realize how God loves us, what God love is, and also come into agreement with the fact that he truly do love us, I think that it will help us to live a better life. It will help us to live a more fulfilled life. So yeah, so let's get started. So yeah, God's love is what is called an agape love. That is an unconditional love. It is a everlasting love. And one of the ways we could look at God's love, and honestly, it runs much deeper than that, but like a love that a mother has for a child that she carried to full term, or she just carried and gave birth to. She protects that child, she provides for that child, she raises that child, she sacrifices for that child. And she does as sometimes lay her life on the line for that child. And yeah, so that's a mother's love for a child. But when it comes to God's love, his love runs much more deeper than that. um not to, no offense to a mother, but we understand that there's boundaries when it comes to the love that a mother has for a child, and it varies, depends on the individual. That could be, that mother loved that child until that child begins to act out. That mother loves that child until that child, maybe disrespects her, or anything. But the love that God has for us is different. And and it don't come with strings attached. He loves us, just cause he created us. Of course he loves us, he created us. But just like that mother protects her child, God does the same thing. He protects his children. He protects us too. He provides for us. He lead us, he guide us, he watches over us night and day. He fights for us. Psalm 86 and 15 says, "But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger and abounding in faithful love and truth." And Isaiah 54 and 10 says, "Though the mountains move and the hills shake, my love will not be removed from you, and my covenant of peace will not be shaken, says your compassionate Lord." Which is another thing he does. He gives us peace. The type of peace that God gives us, it's, you can't compare it to anything else. It's just, oh my gosh, it you can't compare it to anything else. And another thing that he does, that he tells us to do, is to, First Peter 5:7, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. You don't even have to carry those burdens, those worries and cares that you're carrying. He's willing to take them on. You just have to trust him and give them to him. God is everything to us, if we'll just give him a chance. But I understand that you can't give him a chance. You can't go into a relationship with someone that you don't know. And with that being said, you have to be willing to get to know him. You have to be willing to, do what is necessary to cultivate a relationship with him. And I'm just gonna say it's very rewarding. And I say that because I remember, prior to me coming into relationship with God, and I was just going off of what I thought that God, how I thought God was, and how I thought that He loved. And I remember, I was going through a really, really tough time. I was dealing with betrayal after betrayal. I was just dealing with so many things. And I had someone to ask me if I knew that God loved me. And the natural thing to say is yes. Most of us just say yes, but we really don't understand why we're saying yes. So I said yes, but I remember after that conversation, I began thinking like, but do he really? Because if he loved me, why am I going through so much hell and he's nowhere around? And that's what I was that's how I thought in that moment. I'm like, I've been praying, I've you know been expecting, a change. I've just had expectations, and he's not answering. He's not done anything. Do he really love me? And that was actually I want to say, when I started really learning that. After I asked that question, that I began to learn, or through him actually showing me that yes, he does, is he just started doing different things that made me realize, like, wow, he really do love me. And he actually heard me say this, and he began to show me in different ways. He began to reveal to me the reason behind those betrayals. He began to just show me so much. He began to reveal so much. And the more he he was there to console me and comfort me through everything, the closer I got to him, and the more I began to learn that his love is not the love that I had grown so accustomed to receiving in the world. His love is a healthy love. It's a love. It's an everlasting love. It's a never ending love. His love, it goes so deep. It runs so deep. And I was able to tap into that love, or begin to understand that love, the closer I got to him. The way he protected me, the way he provided for me, the way he led me, the peace, oh my gosh, the peace that he bestowed upon me. It was just, it was something that I had never experienced before. So not only do he put in his word, not only is it not put, but not only is it said in his word that he loves us this way, I was able, and I am still able to feel it. Like I'm able to experience it. And I realized that it was never God rejecting me and not communicating with me and not being there to protect me then. It was never that. It was me rejecting him, because I didn't understand his nature. I didn't understand how he loved. I didn't know. I was just going to God when I need something. I wasn't going to him to have a relationship with him. It was just, a gimme, gimme thing. And that was something that I realized that if I wanted to really, experience the fullness of his love, I had to, you know, be more reciprocal. I had to be more receptive. I had to be, I had to abide in him more. I had to, come before him and spend time in his presence more. And it was so rewarding. So I just decided to make this, to just, speak about this a little bit, because I know that a lot of people don't understand, or they may feel like he's not there with them. They may feel like he's, they're going through all this stuff and there's no way that he could even exist, because if he existed, why are they going through so much? But I'm here to tell you that he's there, but God does not impose on your free will. He gives you free will. When you come to Christ, when you find Christ, I don't care what anyone tells you, you find freedom. There's freedom with Christ. He does not impose on your free will. He allows you to do just what you want to do. Now, that's not to say there won't be consequences, but he doesn't force you to live a certain way. He doesn't force you to be a certain way. It's all up to you. And when you decide that you want to live the way, he is spoken about living in the Bible, when you begin to want to live a more righteous lifestyle, that is actually a lot more beneficial than it is when you're living in the world and living a sinful lifestyle, a willful sinful lifestyle. So anyway, again, I came forth because I felt like someone, could probably benefit from this, because if I would have heard this prior to me coming in, it would have helped me out so much. It would have made me feel a lot better. Even about myself, because God even taught me how to love myself. I wasn't loving myself properly, and he taught me that. He even taught me that because I wasn't loving myself properly, that's why I had been experiencing so much with the betrayals and, things of that nature. So yeah, take this as a start for you to want to learn more about his nature, want to learn more about how he loves, and how he loves you, because he's been there all along. You just have to receive him. You just have to look at things from a different perspective. You have to stop rejecting him. He wants to be there. He wants to be invited in your life and be a part of your life more than you want him to be. So I hope this blessed someone. And until next time, you have a good one.